Yahoo Finance, which you probably follow, typically tweets things about, how the S&P fared today. And then they tweeted this. Let's go to the graphic so you don't see my face. Trump wants a much... Anna, how is that pronounced?
I can't read it. It's a little blurry.
Grace?
I don't speak English.
And that's as confident as I am.
JR, what does it say?
Trump wants a much bigger Navy.
So, as you can read, it says that. Here's how much it'll cost you. That got a bajillion likes, which is a little out of the ordinary for... I looked at their other tweets, and they said they had like 4 likes, 5 likes. It had like 2,000 likes.
Yeah, they should have noticed immediately that there was something wrong.
With what? What was wrong about it? What did they...
There was a word... There was a very negative word in there.
The N-word, we'll say.
Yes,
That's
the N-word.
The code
so, look,
we,
yeah.
timorous whites have used. The N-word.
So they should have realized that there was something up with that tweet when it got all the likes that it got. But it took them 45 minutes to realize what they did, and they took it down. By the way, I think it was a typo.
Yes.
I don't think there was any malintent
B is right next to N on the QWERTY keyboard.
Yes.
I would speculate, Anna. I think this was a scheduled tweet that was unfortunately a typo, and that's why I think we didn't see the reaction until 45 minutes later. I don't think that this was, like let's say an intern or someone in the office that was their social media manager, like tweeting it out. I think this was scheduled, and maybe someone had to schedule their tweets for Yahoo Finance, again the hottest account on Twitter these days, and they had to stack them up, maybe before they go home at the end of every day. Like, all right, what are we gonna tweet out at 10 p.m. Like, what are we gonna tweet out? Let's just have that schedule. Go to dinner. This person probably comes back from dinner, flipping through their accounts. I was an assistant to someone with a much larger Twitter following than I, so I know that you can turn on your account when you're home, and that you get notifications from that. But then I will still sometimes they haven't taken me off this account, which is hilarious. I have such power, but I don't use it.
It's the real Donald Trump.
Yeah, it is. Fuck, whoops. And they can still
DJT, right?
DJT. But they can, so you can still turn on this other account if you're just curious, like, oh, let's see what's going on there. And they were like, fuck, look at all. It had 2,000 retweets or something like that within the first 45 minutes.
We're nailing it.
But I'm just thinking about autocorrect. Like,
yeah, that's a little questionable,
that's what makes me a little like,
right.
what?
I try to say the B word sometimes when I'm getting real edgy, and it'll be like, birch. You mean birch.
Yeah. Or when you want to write fucking in a text message, and it automatically changes it to ducking, and it's like, come on, be an adult.
But
like, I have to take a big stinky shirt right now.
Right. But see, that is if they were using a phone to do this. But I really think that they were stacking these up on like those Twitter logs on an actual keyboard and typing it out, and then they were just blasting out a bunch of tweets for, again, the hot Yahoo Finance account. And they were just like, fuck, send this one, and they wanted to go home, and then they realized at 10 p.m., fuck, what just happened?
Okay, so the typo is, in my opinion, the smaller part of the story.
Yes.
The reason why I actually really enjoy this story is the reaction to it, because it was freaking hilarious.
Black Twitter came the fuck through.
Here we go. Okay, Flaming Dragon says, Yahoo Finance got to tweet a picture of them with their 2 black friends just to take the heat off. This one using the trending hashtag, which I won't read aloud, Navy SEAL.
Oh my God, I didn't get that at first, but now I do. That's insane.
So good. And then Faithful Black Woman tweets, gonna get pulled over 100 times on their way to war. What are y'all doing in this part of the ocean? And then Donald Trump, we're going to war with ISIS, to which this new Navy responds, nah, you going to war with ISIS. And it just went on and on. It was amazing. I don't know if you guys had any favorites.
Oh, they're all so good.
Let me see if I can
The
pull it.
internet is undefeated.
I liked them.
They were
But like in an appropriate way. I always feel weird about these stories. I'm like, I think that's...
So Yahoo Finance took the tweet down. Do you think that is the appropriate response?
Probably, yeah. I mean,
I agree with you, but I think that you
Keeping
could
it
make
up-
an argument on both sides. Yahoo Finance got trending in a way that they have never done before.
Well, look, when you make a typo and it's genuinely a typo, what do? You correct it by taking it down, right? If they didn't take it down, it would be a very curious decision, I think. So I think it's good that they took it down, and I don't think that they meant any harm by it. I do think it was a typo.
Was there a real outrage though? Wasn't there some white outrage?
That's what I was wondering, because whenever there's the grouping of general white folks who have real emotion and feelings towards the use of the term when it's from anyone, and they're like, but this is like oppression, it's bringing it back up, don't make so much fun of this type of thing. So when it kind of blew up into a joke, they're still like, well, what about the importance of this? But you know what? It proves the point that as much as people think black folks are so to be feared whenever the word is uttered or someone else says it, how come you guys can say it but we can't? And then what if it's in a rap song? Can I say it then? All that stuff, right? There's a sense of humor still, so calm down. We can feel your intentions. We have the sixth sense. We know what you're saying, even if you don't say it. That's why thug doesn't work. We know what you're saying, motherfucker.
But it's Trump, so you're like, maybe he does.
Animals are innocent.
TRTnetwork.com/join.